If it feels like your business is moving at a snail's pace, even though you are constantly working, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just doing what most solopreneurs do, everything all at once. I'm Wagner, Accredited Small Business Consultant and coach for overwhelmed solopreneurs. And my clients regularly tell me that they get more done in 3 months than they did in the previous 3 years with one simple tool I teach them. In fact, I had a client do this and increase her profits by 50% in 1 year, despite having to shut down for 3 months from local wildfires. Hit subscribe if you would like those kind of results without the natural disaster. In this video, I'm gonna show you a 15-minute a week system that gets you focused, organized, and finally moving forward without doing everything. Picture this. You walk into the grocery store with no list, no meal plan, and no idea what's already in your fridge. You grab whatever looks good, and you forget the one thing you came here for. You overspend, and when you get home, surprise, you still have no idea what's for dinner. That's how most small business owners are running their business. No system, no filters, just reacting and grabbing at every task, idea, or opportunity that crosses their path. And that's why it feels like you're always doing something, but never getting anywhere. Here's what no one tells you about business overwhelm. It's not exactly that you have too much to do. It's that you haven't been taught how to think straight when you have too much to do. Our 21st century brains are running on first century software built for survival, not strategy. So when we're juggling sales and marketing and client work and admin and 12 half-finished projects, our brain basically freezes up. It's not a time problem. If it were, no one would become successful. It's a prioritization problem. And if you can fix that, just that, everything else in your business gets easier because you start making real progress. And by progress, I mean profits. And those profits fix a lot of other problems, but only if we know how to prioritize for profits. Prioritizing profits is treating your business like a campfire. Every task you take on is a log. If you throw all the logs on at once, you smother the flame. No oxygen, no fire. But if you start with the driest log, the one that catches quickly and produces real fire, you can build on that. This is how profits work. Most business owners are just throwing on logs. Prioritizing for profits means asking which log actually catches fire. What's going to fuel the whole thing? And once you know the answer to that, you stop wasting time on tasks that feel productive but don't fan the flames. This is why I teach this method even more in depth inside my Breakthrough Boss program. It's a deceptively simple prioritization system that I call the NNL. NNL stands for now, next, and later. And it's not just a way to organize your work, it's a way to organize your thinking so that your brain knows what to focus on and what to ignore. This system sorts every idea, task, project you're facing into 3 simple categories based on what matters most and what can wait. And again, it is deceptively simple. So simple, you won't understand how magical it is until you start using it. So let me show you how to use it in 3 steps. Before I get into that, let me first show you a tool that also makes your business easy. Our sponsor, Go High Level. Go High Level makes my business 10 times easier by running my 100K webinar funnel with things like landing pages, email and text automations, checkout carts, and more. They also do cool stuff like QR codes, chat widgets, storefronts, course and group hosting, affiliate programs, invoicing, client portals, and booking calendars for your whole team. Go High Level works for e-com and service-based businesses from startup to scale up, making it one of the only all-in-one platforms that's actually worth using. To get a full 30-day trial to test it out for yourself, be sure to use my link in the description to see what Go High Level can do for you. Now, the first step of the NNL process is you need one big box labeled later. And we're gonna break this down into 6 sub boxes that I call your top hats: offers, marketing, sales, operations, client success, and CEO. You can do this on a whiteboard, sticky notes, a piece of paper, or if you're in my Breakthrough Boss program, head to the bonus section to grab the tool I have for you there. These 6 sub boxes are like departments in your business, and everything you do should fall under one of them. So grab your to-do list, your sticky notes, your brain clutter, and start dumping everything on your mind or in your business into one of these 6 boxes. This step will generally take you a little bit longer the first time you do it, but over time, your brain gets trained. New idea? Park it in the later category for safekeeping until it's time for step number 2. Step number 2 is to draw a much smaller box that we label next. I want you to look through the later lists and choose just 5 things to pull over into this next box. You can choose this by asking questions like, what has a real deadline? What's income producing or closest to cash? What's costing you money by not doing it? Basically, we're narrowing down our laundry list of ideas into the biggest needle movers. And then comes step 3. Out of the 5 things you pulled into next, which one ranks the highest? Pull it into a small box named now. But here's the kicker. You can only pick one thing, because as much as multitasking feels productive, that ancient tech between our ears doesn't actually multitask. It only switches gears. And according to the American Psychological Association, this context switching actually takes up an awful lot of time and bandwidth. Kind of like driving 2 cars, you're just switching seats and getting nowhere. Now we come to the final step, and this is the most important one. Actually use the system. Every time a new idea pops onto your radar, put it in the later categories. Every week, analyze your now and next categories and move things around depending on what needs your focus in the coming days. And every time you're tempted by a shiny object, ask yourself, is this really a now thing? It seems too simple, right? Just by categorizing things into what's a now thing versus what comes next or later is supposed to solve all my problems. Yeah, it will. Because hands down, in my almost 8 years of coaching and consulting, prioritization is the sneaky little undercurrent drowning 90% of business owners I work with. The in and out method works because it pulls you out of that undercurrent and into a life raft. This means your path is clearer, your actions are aligned with your goals, and your business gets easier. This isn't the only weekly habit you should have to increase your profits though. For one that doubled my clients' revenue, first give this video a like and then click here to learn the 30-minute monthly habit called the Money and Metrics Date. And hey, you got this.